Hello, Amy Scruggs here. I hope you are ready to have some fun. We have been looking forward to this for quite some time. Today it has happened. So I have the usual, well, I don't say the usual, the amazing and exclusive Monika Deroussel and Andrew Vose with us for our EXP weekly update. But we're in a little bit different time slot this week because we have the one, the only Brent Gove, who has joined us today. Brent is an amazing leader. He's a team, he's a coach, and he has an incredible legacy that he is leaving in real estate, and he is still in the thick of it, but I think he's golfing a little bit more lately. I don't know. We're going to talk about that, but so wonderful to have him join us, share his expertise, his background, and his vision of what he sees ahead for other real estate professionals who are just coming on board, especially with EXP. Let's get started. Brent, thank you so much.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me on.
And tell us, where are you right now?
I just got a place here in the Caribbean, so I spend 6 months out here in the Caribbean. I'm right by St. Thomas, and then 6 months in Northern California. So kind of bounce back and forth.
Oh my God.
Living the life.
Well, we're thankful to pull you off the golf course and have you join us. Monika Deroussel is coming at us from Cincinnati, Ohio. It's almost as warm there as it is in Puerto Rico. And also Andrew as well in Colorado, and he's trenching through the snow. I'm in San Diego, a little bit better. So you've got a whole climate plethora here. But Brent, let's just start off. Talk about your background a little bit, where you've come from and what you've done over the years to lead to the level of expertise that you are now.
Right on. Well, yeah, I grew up in Sacramento, California. I was born in San Diego down there by you, Amy. But we relocated in the mid-'70s to Sacramento and went to public schools and had a great time. Then went off to I tell people, small private Bible college up north, Chico State. Yeah. And it was voted the #1 party school in the early 80s. So I go, that's the resume I'm looking for. Went up there and I got a job washing dishes and bussing tables and basically starving college students. Literally, we starved. But we got ourselves through college. My parents gave me, I think, $200 for some books. That was about it, I think I bought beer instead. But we had a great time up there. And then I did sales till I was 30. And then when I was 30, I got in real estate. So I've been doing it for 24 years. I'm 54 years old. I know I don't show it. I look amazing. I know. I'm kidding. I got sunburned today. I should have put some sunscreen on, but I just got off the golf course about an hour ago, so I'm still cooling off. But it's 81 degrees out here, having a great time. But that's kind of my background, and anything else you want to know? But that's kind of my story.
Oh, there's so much we want to know.
Let's dive right in. EXP. How did your journey started with EXP? What was it that got you over here?
Okay. All right. So I was 12 years at RE/MAX, my first brokerage. And then in 2009, in the crash, I go, maybe I should do something, look at a different company, maybe deliver newspapers, Domino's Pizza. I don't know. It was pretty tough in 2009. I was still doing 90 homes a year in the crash, but we were doing over 400. So 90 homes a year felt like bankruptcy. It was, we had a big overhead. I think the overhead I was running just for me as an agent with RE/MAX was $128,000 a month. I wasn't running an office. It was just me. And I had radio, TV, magazines, pay-per-click, Google AdWords, websites, all the different things you do, 13 full-time employees. But by 2009, I was just more open-minded, shall we say. And I thought I'd go look at go to the dark side, which back then was Keller Williams. If you were a RE/MAX agent, Keller Williams they were knocking on the door. And it was a funny thing, Amy and Monika and Andrew, some of the RE/MAX agents would get so agitated. Like, it's another Keller Williams agent. They're driving me crazy. If I hear from one more Keller Williams agents, I'm going to choke them out. I'm like, geez, calm down. I go, just be flattered they're calling you. I mean, obviously they're excited about Keller Williams. We're not calling people about RE/MAX going, you got to go to RE/MAX. Yeah. We like RE/MAX. I've been there 12 years. So I did. It made me wonder about Keller. What's so great? And everyone, of course, the industry joked about the Keller Kool-Aid. In 2009, I just opened my mind. I thought, I'm going to check out Keller. And I did make the change, and I stayed there 8 years. So really 12 years at Remax, 8 at Keller. I had changed brokerages one time in 2 decades. I don't chase shiny objects. And of course, Remax said it would destroy my career. Just the opposite happened. I thrived at Keller Williams. Funny enough, though, Monika, 4 years ago when I saw EXP, I was not looking for EXP. I was super happy. Everyone thinks that Keller Williams must have slighted me, or I was upset. Opposite. I was going to retire there. Couldn't have been happier. All the more interesting why I'd leave a company that I didn't like. I liked Remax. I loved Keller Williams. And so to make the switch, why would you leave something you love? No, I didn't love it. I was passionate about it. What in the world? Why? Well, once you understand the model of EXP, it's financially irresponsible to be at any other brokerage, because at every other brokerage, and we do this too at EXP, we help people's dreams come true through home ownership. We do that at EXP too. But at EXP, we help agents pay off their homes.
That's right.
Agents and broker associates' dreams come true, not just buyers' dreams come true, and sellers sell and retire to the Sun Belt, whether that's Palm Springs, Las Vegas, Arizona, Florida, Texas, or wherever. But we're able to do those things, but help agents and brokers' children at I can't even tell you the amount of people I know that have paid off their mortgages through the stock awards at EXP or the revenue share, earned millions and millions of dollars. I have never heard those stories in 20 years. So that's why I made EXP. For the financial model does not exist anywhere else. And until you open your mind to it and look, it's just another brand. Might as well be Sotheby's, Christie's, Century 21, Keller, Coldwell. It doesn't matter. So
I'm so glad you said you loved your previous broker, because all of us did. I mean, I was with Remax for over 15 years and I loved it. Loved Remax. But when you understand mechanics and numbers, you have to switch. I mean, it's just the numbers game. I mean, the mechanics behind EXP are unbelievable. And you know, I tell people it's a business decision. It's not I don't like, I mean, the awesome brokerages around us, but it's just the numbers and mechanics. Andrew was lucky enough to get started on the right note.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything else. I came into EXP 2 years ago, you know, fired up. I was like, for one, you know, my mind switched now, because now I'm selling a bunch of homes, you know, 67 last year, probably on track to hopefully do the same amount, if not more this year. First year was 22, right? But I didn't even want to sell houses. I legit saw the numbers right off the bat. I said, okay, let me just go show other agents, right? And the problem with I'm seeing, and they're not saying that to me anymore, right? I've kind of earned that, a little bit of that respect. They're like, oh, that guy can sell a house, right? So I definitely think selling is good too, right? But they would not hear me. And I was just trying to get them to retire. You know, I'm like, I'm showing you a retirement plan and you're like, well, how many houses did you sell? I was like, I don't care about the houses, right? I mean, I do now, don't get me wrong. I love getting people in their dream home. I get to work with veterans all day, every day. And I'm a veteran myself. So I don't take it that way. I love it. But I was like, you are just not seeing what I'm seeing. And it's like, so yeah, I'm super grateful that I only know this. I don't know. I don't know what would have happened if I went somewhere else, right? And I started.
Right. Can I ask you a question? A couple questions.
Yes, sir.
Number one, did you say you sold 67 homes a year too?
Yeah, I did 67 sides last year.
That is phenomenal. I know few agents that knock down that many homes. That's upper not 1%, 1/10 of 1%. That is amazing. What did you do prior to real estate? Pharmaceutical sales?
No.
He played hard.
Yeah,
so this is not normal. I want to know what you did prior to real estate. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so I did. I was in the military for 10 years, and then I was in the same company with Jay Nelson. So we did travel deal. So
okay.
Yeah, so
sales.
Yeah, so
yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, I love the whole team building aspect, you know, organization, helping one another. I just thrive off that, right? I thrive off my phone ringing like, hey, can you talk to this person? Can you help me with this deal? I love that stuff. So I just get fired up about it. So,
well, congratulations, man. That is awesome. Way to go.
Thanks. Appreciate
Well,
it.
let's talk about technology. What's helping agents at EXP to achieve, the levels Andrew and I are at. I mean, KV Core, technology, training, virtual office. Let's just touch on that for a little bit.
Absolutely. I mean, everybody has technology. EXP has technology. I don't think ours is better or worse than anybody else's, right? I think you can sell 67 homes a year at RE/MAX, Keller Williams, EXP, whatever. Again, I hate to do this to you. We have Coldwell Banker has tech, Keller has tech, RE/MAX, Realty One, Better Homes, Berkshire Hathaway. They all have tech. We have tech. I honestly think our tech is just like everybody else's tech. It's great. It's amazing. And if you use it and you study it and you're proficient and you have this sense of urgency and you're on it, you're kind of a go-getter, you're going to do great. I hate to do this to you, and I know you want to talk about the tech, but honestly, it's like everyone else's tech. I do not think we have better tech than anybody else. I don't believe that. What we have is a way out. You think, well, I don't want to get out. Okay, fine. I'll find you in 10 years grinding, man. I did it 20 years. 20 years. I'd have 18 to 28 listings. I had a team of 18 agents, 6 listing specialists to take the stuff I didn't want. How'd you like to have so many listings? You have 6, not 1, not 2, 6 to go, here you go, boom, 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 to take all the stuff that was maybe an hour away, 40 minutes away, 2 hours away, or it was just a crummy $700,000 listing. You're trying to do everything between $1 million and $3 million.
I'll take a $700,000 listing.
Exactly. So I'd achieved what most people say is really awesome. And at one point, I was the #1 in sales in California for RE/MAX. Out of 10,000 RE/MAX agents, outsold everybody. But ask me what that does for me today in 2021. I'll answer it for you. Nothing. It does nothing. It does not matter how many homes you sold last year. Andrew here sold 67. And how much do you get paid today for that?
0, except my stock looks great, and because I hit Icon, so I'm kind of still getting paid from it, which nowhere else. But I totally get what you're saying. I'm not getting a residual check off those homes. So
So you could go on to sell 700 or 800 homes. I have many friends do, and guess what? They have to manage that team. Their star agents leave, key employees leave, and it's awesome. It's great if you want to do that for the next 10, 20, 30 years. But here you can hop off the what's it called? The
rat race.
Yeah.
Rat race. I said rat. I almost said rat wheel. You don't have to have a vocabulary either. So there's a beginning and ending, a middle and an end. Like if it's like, oh, I'm not a recruiter. What are you? I'm a listing agent. Well, that's great. And I had 18 to 28 listings. You know what I did every day? I pretty much went on listing appointments every day, sometimes 2 a day. And if I was fortunate enough and I was excited about 3 a day, that's just what you do as a listing agent. And then you get listing specialists, and maybe you can back out and get 7th level, but so few people are truly 7th level. That is the unicorn of real estate. Even then, your income's predictable. It's $600,000 to $1 million a year. If you're lucky, $1.5 million. And by the time you live in California or New York or West Palm Beach or somewhere expensive, it's not that much money after you pay the taxes. It really isn't. Then you're trying to find places to shelter your money and do all this stuff, and you're spending $20,000 a month on life insurance, and you hire your daughter to do things for you, and you think, what's wrong with that? She's 7, okay? She's 7.
I need tax deduction. It's funny you touch on RE/MAX. I was with RE/MAX for over 15 years and #1 RE/MAX agent. I closed 100 to 120 houses a year as individual agent. But I tell people when I walk out of RE/MAX, I walked out empty-handed. There was nothing given to me walking out of that office. I've been with EXP 10 months, and the amount of stock I was given by this company blows my mind. It's unreal. I make good money, but this is insane.
You were not given the stock, you earned it. And there's 4 ways to acquire stock. 1, you close your first escrow, everybody becomes a shareholder. You get stock. 2, you cap another stock award. 3, you cap and do 20 sales, not that much. Big awards, 16,000. You get your cap back in the form of stock. Had a guy from New Jersey 4 years ago tell me it was a gimmick. He worked for Berkshire Hathaway, And because it was a penny stock, we were on the NASDAQ. It was like $2.90 a share, not over 100 a share like we are today. We were like a $10 million company, not a $7 billion company. And he told me it was a gimmick. It was a 3-year vesting. I couldn't touch it for 3 years. By the way, thank heavens I couldn't touch it for 3 years. He goes, I'd rather have a check. I'd rather have them stroke me a check for 16 grand. That stock, you don't know, that'd probably be worth less than 3 years. I go, maybe. How long you been at Berkshire? He's like, 14 years. I go, do you have any stock? He goes, nope. I said, so you have 0 chance. I have a chance. I'll take my chances with this. I didn't buy it. They gave it to me. What do you pay Berkshire every year? He goes, maybe 28,000 a year. So I have a really good split with them. Do you ever get it back? No. And you're making fun of my program? I paid 16 and they give me that in stock. By the way, that stock award today is worth almost $300,000. I still have it. I kept it for 3 years and the stock's just going boom. And just that little award. And then the one I got the following year's worth a couple $100,000. It's like $500,000. I paid in 16,000. And they give you a seat at the table of ownership. That's the difference. And it's pretty exciting, worldwide growth, all that stuff. So we're all loving it. It's incredible.
I have a question. So there's been a lot of talk of people trying to, mimic what we've done. There's some companies out there getting their butts kicked, right? So they're like, well, now we got to go public, all that stuff. And we had the conversation the other day through text, Brent. I'm like, remember when I asked you about that company going public? And you're like, stock's just a cherry. Revenue share is nobody will ever beat that. Can you kind of talk about that a little bit, or like emphasis on that?
Yeah, sure. So stock, I call it the icing on the cake. It's great. We love it. Everybody loves it. The revenue share is the big deal. And what I mean by that is I think I came from a company that did profit sharing, and that was Keller Williams. And after 8 years, I sponsored 55 people. And I was averaging $700 a month. And it was at one point the number one office in profitability. I would have thought it'd be $7,000 a month, but it was $700 a month after 8 years. It's weekend fun money, play money. We always said, hey, it's just a gift. Just say thank you, take it, make your card payment with it. I actually thought it was cool because after 12 years at RE/MAX, I had trophies and plaques. So it was a step in the right direction. But I go to EXP, and my first revenue share check for 10 days was $1,900. My first month, it was $5,000. The next month, it was $10,000. The fourth month, 10. The fifth month, it was $25,000 a month, was never less. By the 13th month, it was $55,000 a month. And by the 17th month, it was $118,000 a month, over $1.3 million a year by my 17th month. And then 8 months, I went to 2, then went to 3, then went to 4, then went to 5, and it's almost over 6, and it's going to $1 million. It is completely insane.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Did you just say $600,000 a month?
Yeah, that's where we're looking at this month. But here's the deal: a month, a year, and we're like, well, you're lucky. You're lucky. Listen to me. I've always been lucky. You know why? Because the harder I work, the luckier I get. See, you could be a buyer's agent, or you could be a hybrid buyer listing agent, or you could be a listing agent, or you could go 7th level. The income is so predictable. What have you been making for the last 5 to 10 years? I bet you it's within 200,000 or 300,000 of it. If you really hit it out of the park, maybe you're making $1 million a year. But how hard do you work to run that? Maybe you're the unicorn. You're the one who doesn't work hard. Most people work really hard rebuilding their teams. And so what happened is there's a finish line. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. What do you mean by that? Well, we'll use Andrew for an example here. Last year, he sold 67 homes. Every home he sold, he put in escrow. There was the middle of that escrow. They're doing home inspections, request repairs, disclosures, get that loan funded and recorded, then an end. Boom, closes. Show me the money. Here's a check for $14,000, $19,000, $20,000. And it's great, but it's over. Yeah. And that's the end you don't want. At EXP, 4 years ago, I listed 60 homes and I closed them, got paid. Doesn't mean a hill of beans today. It means nothing. I could have done 600. It still means nothing today. Well, you could invest it. Well, sure. I'm not talking about that. Of course, we could invest money. But I'm talking about, so the difference was I took Friday afternoons from 2 to 5 for 3 hours. And for the first time in my career, I recruited for myself. Instead of just being a buyer's agent or just a listing agent or just running my team of 18 agents, I started calling other agents throughout the US and Canada that I knew after 20 years. We all have relationship capital, especially those of you watching this that are about to retire from real estate, 20, 30, 40 years in, all those people, you know. I called my friends because I was kind to people. I always help people. People took my call. I go, I really want your opinion about EXP. I'm super excited about thinking about putting a lot of time, energy, effort, and money into it. Oh, I know all about it. I go, have you seen the modelexplain.com? Well, I haven't seen that, but let me tell you all about it. I go, no. You're my friend, Andrew, Monika, Amy. I don't want to hear what you know until you've seen what I've seen. There's a bunch of goofy stuff out there. I know what you've seen. So as my friend, would you watch this? It's 32 minutes long, the modelexplain.com. It's a benefits webinar, just rolls out why this company is blowing out, become a multi-billion dollar company overnight, and why we are the Amazon of real estate. You got to watch it with an open mind and not be so, I'm a Lakers fan, I'm a Red Sox fan, I'm a Yankees fan. What I mean by that is I'm a Coldwell Banker agent. My mom said she would die with blue and white in her vein. And she's not dead yet, but she did spend her last 25 years as a Coldwell Banker agent, and she never shifted because she was brand loyal to Coldwell Banker. And that's great that you love Remax or Century 21, but at some point you need to retire at some point. So I listed 40 agents that year while listing 60 homes. Today, 60 homes, I get nothing. The 40 agents I listed, I'll make between easily $8 to $10 million in the next 12 months of revenue share, not counting commissions from my team. Now the 400,000, 500,000, 600,000 I'll net this year from my team, I could donate it to charity. And I never felt that way before. I was too busy donating it to my children. They were the charity. And I have 5 kids, you know. So it is awesome. And there's a finish line. It's not, okay, I sold 100 homes. Next year, I'll sell 200. I get 200. Next year, I'll sell 350. I'll sell 500. The answer was always more and more and more. And here, you list 40 agents, it'll go bonkers. That's what we've seen time and time again, even 25. And I'll wrap up this thought. What's harder to get? 25 sellers that want to put their home on the market right now on this market. Like any home on the market sells crazy. What's harder, to find 25 agents who are open-minded, positive, and friendly and willing to look at something, or 25 sellers to put their home on the market? How much money do you spend to get 25 listings? Time, energy, effort? That's tricky.
I'll answer that because I
million agents.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, I'll just answer that for you because I recruited 4 agents this week personally, right? And they're bringing in 11 total between all of them. So I mean,
you're going to have it. That's this week, 11 this week. But let's say it was this month. You're not like Andrew, you guys. I'm just going to do 2 or 3 this month, and they maybe 11 in 12 months. That's 120. Well, that's not that much. That's 100,000 a year rev share outside of what you make. Would you chunk down your mortgage if you didn't buy baseball, bubble gum, and hot dogs, and weird, motorcycles and Sea-Doos? I mean, if you actually used it to reduce your debt, and then next year you do 2, 3, 4 agents a month. He did 4 in a week, but you do 2, 3, even 2 a month times 12 is 24 in a year. And then they tell him maybe next year goes to 240. Now that's about 200,000 a year. And then do it again the third year. The problem is it grows exponentially, geometrically. Mm-hmm. And that's why my income went 5, 10, 25, 55, 118. Within 4 months, I went from 55 to 118 within 4 months. And then that went to over 200,000 within about 8 months. And then 7 months later, that went to over 300,000. And then 7 months later, 400,000, then 500, and now 600. It's just like, it is, you can't stop it. You could, listen to me. You couldn't stop Netflix. You can't stop Uber. You're not going to stop Amazon. Airbnb is not going away. We are that magical spot, that sweet spot in real estate. We see it. We are Travelocity. We are Trivago. We are DoorDash. We are Zoom. We're that cloud-based. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it.
I mean, I'm getting pumped up.
Let's go. It's
Let's
not
go.
about the money. It's about changing lives. It's about making real estate agents and brokers' dreams come true. I made buyers' dreams come true for 20 years, and I still do that. But now I make agents and broker associates' dreams come true. That may sound corny, but I will go to the mat for you, Andrew, Monika. I'm not doing nothing for Amy, but but I help people. In fact, she's a TV host, media coach.
Hey, her son is joining us. Her son is coming.
Awesome, but I will help you whether your son comes or not. But the point is, we need to help our painters, our general contractors, our mortgage brokers, our title rep. Help people. The size of the window you give through is the size of the window you get through. Just start giving, loving, serving, and it'll come back to you. People will just, that's just what happened. Givers win, takers lose. Look for ways to give. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great
year. Love him. Brent, I just bottle it.
Air hug.
You know, the video you produce is the most watched video among every EXP agent.
Oh, I send that out
on YouTube. I send it 5 times every day. It's the video for EXP.
Thank you. You're very sweet. And then what they're talking about, themodelexplain.com. If you're a guest here, what is EXP? Watch it. Themodelexplain.com. And then call Andrew or call Monika or reach out to Amy, whatever, however you
right over.
Call Monika and Andrew. Andrew, Vose, Monika, take your phone out and snap a little pic here of this screen.
Yeah.
Reach out to them. I'll be happy to chat with you too, but I'll refer you to them. Call them. And then once you've seen it, if you want more information, go to my YouTube channel. And I'm going to ask you, Monika and Andrew, have you had a chance you just search Brent Gove on YouTube, you'll find my channel. Have you seen the lake? I just did this like in December, a month ago. It's called the Lake Tahoe Mastermind Session 1. Have you guys seen that yet?
No, I haven't.
You will not sleep tonight. Don't watch Netflix. I know you want to watch Game of Thrones or Walking Dead or, I'm kidding, but, whatever brainless thing we could all do on Netflix, except Astronaut Farmer. That is a sweet movie. If you have not seen Astronaut Farmer, it's or Iron Will. Very Walt Disney-esque, but that's me. Anyways, those are 2 great underrated movies. But watch Lake Tahoe Mastermind Session 1 tonight. You will not be able to see. People say it's the best video I've ever put out on EXP. Now, if you don't understand EXP, it'll sound crazy. First, watch themodelexplain.com. If you go right to Lake Tahoe, because I brought together 45 of our Green Berets, 45 of our superstars that just get it like Monika and Andrew in the Sacramento area. That's why you guys didn't get an invite. It was live in person during COVID. We sat 6 feet away. It was safe. Don't worry. I rented a multi-million-dollar cabin at Lake Tahoe. A log cabin is like $5.5 million on top of a mountain, $1 million views. And everybody came up and we went from 10 to 5. I had lunch brought in, dinner brought in, catered, spent a lot of money, more than I should have. I wanted to spoil them, but we videotaped it. People said, oh my gosh, that's the best thing you've ever put out. So once you kind of have watched the modelexplain.com, watch that one. People are going, this, it's good.
Speaking of Mastermind, are we still going to Cabo? It's my birthday.
100%.
I got 2 rooms.
I don't have rooms yet.
Better room, Andrew.
Loud.
100%. Cabo's happening April 25th. We're past the point of no thing. I had someone tell a leader from the East Coast, I won't say his name, Bill Price. Anyways, he said, oh my gosh, I don't want to be at a super spreader event. There'll be 600 people there, but the Hyatt Ziva in Cabo is the #1 resort in Cabo. And every single day, that resort has 2,000 or 3,000 people at it. Whether you're there for EXP or you're just there, I vacation in Mexico all the time. Been there twice in the last 6 months. I'm out in the Caribbean right now. I fly all over the world. I got COVID a few months ago. It was no big deal. I know it hits other people heavier. It was a 1 on a scale of 1 to 10. I've had colds that were 10 times worse and flus that were 20 times worse. But anyways, be safe. I'm social. I'm not saying not to social distance. And if you have any health issues, please be safe. But, anyways, we're going to be there. You can be there and stay 6 feet apart, all that. It will be awesome. And
are tickets available to get or not yet?
Tickets sold out like that, 600 people. Wow. But here's the deal. March 25th, we're going to unlock 300 to maybe 600. Okay. Now, everybody wants them. I could sell them for a triple. I could actually scalp my own tickets. I think it's $199 or $197 a person for a 5-day mastermind in the tropics, 5 days, and we go 9 to noon. We're done every day at noon because we actually want you to have a vacation.
Nice.
We want you to hit the Infinity Edge pool. We want you to get that little umbrella drink with the umbrella in it, have a pina colada or a Diet Coke. You don't have to drink, but whatever. But come out, have a great time. I'm a teetotaler. I have a glass of wine. I'm like, woo. Anyway, so... But but if you want to come golf, swim, hang out on the beach, there's a spa there. Come. Even if you can't get into our mastermind, have breakfast with me. Let's go to dinner, have lunch. There'll be president of EXP, CEOs, the who's who of EXP showing up to this event. So we hope to open up another 300 to 600 to go to 900 to 1,200. But even if none of us were there, there'd be thousands of people there from all over the world. So be smart, be safe. It's not a super spreader event. We're going to have social distancing. We're going to do temperature checks. We're going to be safe. So I don't want to say we're going to be irresponsible. That is not going to happen. But that event is happening. And then our other event is in August. I'm putting it on. It's not EXP. It's just something James and I are doing. And it's August 17th, 18th, and 19th. It's a 3-day event. And we have 6,000 people flying in. We have people coming in from Portugal, France, South America, Hong Kong, Brazil, Australia, US, Canada, 6,000. It'll be the size of Keller Williams mega camp. I think there's just a smidge bigger, but this is an EXP. This is something I'm throwing together, a little shindig. Wow. And so it'll be at the Gaylord Resort in Dallas. And Tony Robbins is flying in the 3rd day in his G5, and he'll probably be the first time he's ever spoken publicly in a year and a half. And he will actually rip the cover off the ball. Then he's probably going to eat it because the man has been pent up for a year and a half. So Tony Robbins Live. Now it's a very expensive event. 3 days at the Gaylord Resort. It's also $197. And on the 3rd day, you get Tony Robbins included, and it will blow your mind. So save that date, August 17th, 18th, and 19th. The Cabo thing's just a little play, get away, play golf, swim, enjoy the spa. There's a beautiful spa in Cabo.
I'm trying to catch a pan,
Weekend, Andrew, Amy.
It's going to be awesome. So
it's my birthday.
If I was anybody watching live, and we're at the 31-minute mark, or anybody watching this later on the recording, wild dogs couldn't keep me away from that event. I'd be like, I don't care if I get a mastermind. I'm getting a room. I'm going to hang out. I'm going to meet people, network, because it's 9 to noon, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We're doing a welcome party Sunday evening and a bon voyage party Thursday evening, but there's no mastermind on Thursday. Get the entire day to get in your quad runners and go all over Baja or sailfish out in the Gulf of Mexico or whatever. You're going to have a great time. Our event's actually Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 9 to noon, 3 hours. If we can't inspire you, train you, and equip you in 3 hours, I don't know. I'm not going to put you in a convention center from 8 to 5. Like, that's a beautiful day. You were in a refrigerated convention center, went to a gorgeous place, didn't see it till the sun went down. Yeah. So we are going to have a great time. The who's who of EXP is going to be there. Do not miss it. I don't care if you get a ticket or not. It's April 25th. That's all I got to say.
Boom.
Let's go.
Mic drop.
August sounds pretty amazing too. I don't know. I may have to hitchhike to that one.
You come. I'll buy you a pina colada at the pool.
So let's conclude with one reason for agents sitting on the fence. Why join?
Well, if I stopped selling real estate after 55 years, like my parents, there were stars at Coldwell Banker, put their last 25 of the 55 at Coldwell Banker, office managers, top producers in the office, Jim and Carol Gove, Sacramento. I'm 2nd generation. My kids are 3rd generation. Do you know what I get paid today from 55 years of my parents' effort? Nothing. Now, I do have an inheritance. I told them, keep it, give it to my brother, Randy. I don't need the inheritance. Give it to my older brother and younger sister. I don't need it. But so there's that. But as far as income flowing from there's nothing. And all the brokerages they worked for in the past, nothing. In San Diego, they started selling real estate in San Diego in 1971. 55 years, nothing. You wouldn't invest your money that way. Why do you invest your time that way? And today I could sit back and do nothing, and my children's children will inherit what I've built. And it's a cash flow, if you understand it. It's pretty amazing. So I'm not special. Andrew and Monika and Amy aren't special. The model's pretty special. It was DoorDash's model. It was Zoom's model. It was the model of Amazon. Everything's a model. Uber was a model. Lyft copied it. They're doing great. And there'll be other companies that will come along and copy us. They're just 10 years behind us. And there's room for everybody. I mean, Keller Williams killed it. Remax is still doing just fine. You know what I mean? There's room for every. This is a big world we live in. 208 countries, 25 million agents and brokers by best estimates. We have 42,000. So I'll end it with this. What's going to happen? Little vision. Within the next 10 years, we'll have 1 million agents in 100 countries. And within the next 10 years, 1 million agents, EXP agents and broker associates in 100 countries in the next 10 years. And you like the stock value at 42,000? Try it at 1 million. We are the Amazon of real estate. The stock is going to split this week, and then it's going to keep splitting because we are going to grow like crazy. And if you sell a single share, you've made the biggest mistake of your life. I'm holding on to all my stock, and it is so fun to take this ride with Glenn Sanford. And at Remax, I watched Dave Lineker become a billionaire. I just sold homes. At Keller Williams, I watched Gary Keller become a billionaire. I just sold homes. At EXP, I watched Glenn Sanford become a billionaire, but I became a multimillionaire. That is the difference. It's not about the money. It's about loving people, serving people. The more value and service you provide, money just follows that. But anyways, that's it. Get a hold of Andrew Vose here and Monika. Talk to them about EXP. Thank you for having me on today, Amy. You're amazing. She's like, it's going to be so hard not to jump in. You did a good job. You got a moving star.
You have done the impossible and made the three of us speechless. So congratulations and thank you so much.
That's because I wouldn't shut up.
Powerful time. Absolutely incredible, powerful, and an honor to be with you and share this time today. Thank you so much. And for all the lives that you're blessing with what you do. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.